Hi students, in the chapter Morphology of Flowering Plants, you have learnt about various standard terms and definitions which are used for the classification of plants. Now I am going to explain you about three important families and what are the features which are included for these families. So now let's have a look at the three important families which are given in the NCERT textbook. First family is Fabaceae. First family is Fabaceae. And these are commonly known as Papilionoidea. Second family is Solanaceae. These are commonly known as potato family. Next, Liliaceae. These are commonly known as lily family. So Fabaceae family, once it was placed in subfamily Leguminous. Once it was placed in the subfamily known as Leguminous. And the Solanaceae, distribution of this plant is particularly confined to tropical, subtropical and temperate region. So Solanaceae is distributed in tropical, subtropical and temperate region. So Fabaceae is distributed all over the world. The distribution is all over the world. Next, Liliaceae family is one of the characteristic feature of monocotyledons. So Liliaceae family is characteristic feature of monocotyledons. So the distribution of the Liliaceae family is also all over the world. The distribution of Solanaceae is confined to tropical, subtropical and temperate region. Fabaceae family distribution is all over the world. Now let's see what is the habit in these families. So when it comes to the Fabaceae family, we can find this Fabaceae family in the form of tree, herb, shrub as well as in the form of climbers. So the Fabaceae family plants are found in the form of trees, herbs, shrubs, climbers. You can find this in this form. So Solanaceae family plants are small, mostly they are small trees, not tall trees. Small trees, majority of them are herbs, shrubs. So rarely these are found in the form of climbers. Now let's have a look at the Liliaceae habit. So the Liliaceae family habit is perennial. That means they are found for many years growing. Perennial. These are perennial plants, herbs, shrubs, and these are also found in the form of climbers. Climbers. Aerial plants these are. So now if you observe what kind of roots the Fabaceae family have means the roots of leguminous. So legume roots, they have especially the roots, leguminous family roots have the nodules. So nodular roots, nodular roots seen in the Fabaceae family. Solanaceae family roots are present, they are taproot, but the stem, especially the stem potato, stores the food material. Stores the food material. What we think is potato is one type of fruit. No, it is actually the stem which stores the food material. So when it comes to the Liliaceae family, the roots are fibrous in nature. The roots are fibrous in nature, but a stem which stores the food material, especially corn, ginger. Ginger will have the rhizome, corn, rhizome, as well as corn, rhizome. These are the stem varieties we can observe in the Liliaceae family. So when it comes to the leaf shape in the family Fabaceae, so the family Fabaceae leaves are simple, alternate, compound, especially pinnately compound leaves can be observed in the family Fabaceae. So after discussing the habit and root as well as the stem of the plant, we have started representing about the leaf of the family. So the Fabaceae family leaves, when it comes to the Fabaceae family leaves, the leaves are alternate, simple, compound, especially we can find pinnately compound leaves, and stipules are absent, but the leaf base which becomes swollen, we call it as a pulvinous leaf base, and the leaves shows reticulate venation. That is the characteristic feature of dicotyledon plants. So Solanaceae family is also belonging to the dicotyledonous plants. So now let's see the leaf of Solanaceae. So when you look at the leaf, these are also alternate, simple, compound leaves, rarely found, and they are exstipulate. Exstipulate means they lack the stipule. So the leaves which lack the stipules are known as exstipulate, and the leaves are reticulate. Venation. So but when it comes to the Liliaceae family, the leaf, the basal type of leaf, that means the leaf base will be flattened and the leaves are arranged alternate. That means each node has one leaf and stipules are absent. The tip of the leaves can be modified into tendrils. So these are the features, and especially in the Liliaceae family, leaves show parallel venation. Parallel venation is observed in the family Liliaceae. So after discussing the features of leaf, we will move on to the floral characters. So whatever the points we have discussed till now are the vegetative characters: root, stem, leaf. These are the vegetative characters. Along with this, habit also very important. So after learning this, the vegetative characters, we will move on to the floral characters. Floral characters means on the basis of the flower we are going to describe. So what kind of flowers it have, what patterns it show, All these are taken into the consideration while making the classification. So now, floral characters. First we will discuss about the inflorescence. First we will discuss about what? Inflorescence. So the inflorescence of Fabaceae, they are racemose type of inflorescence, and they are this inflorescence is racemose type. So when it comes to the Solanaceae, what kind of inflorescence it shows? If you ask, it shows a solitary, axillary, and a cymose type of inflorescence it shows. But when it comes to the Liliaceae family inflorescence, these are also solitary, cymose type of inflorescence. So after discussing the inflorescence, we will move on to the flower. So what flower it is, whether it is bisexual or unisexual. So it has both androecium and gynoecium. So we consider it as bisexual flower. So whether they are actinomorphic or zygomorphic are also taken into the consideration. So Fabaceae flowers have the zygomorphic flower. Flower. So when it comes to the flowers of Solanaceae, so the flowers of Solanaceae are bisexual, and these are actinomorphic. That means the flower can be divided into two equal halves passing through the center at any plane. It can divide the flower into two equal halves. So when it comes to the flower of the Liliaceae, these are bisexual. That means they have both androecium and gynoecium, and these are actinomorphic. That means they can be cut into two equal halves. So after discussing the flower, we will move on to the sepals. So officially the sepals are known as the calyx. We call it as calyx. And after discussing the sepals, we will discuss about the petals. So officially, scientifically, we call these petals as corolla. We call it as corolla. Next, after calyx, corolla, we will study about the androecium. Androecium means male sex organ. That is stamen. So now we will study about the calyx of Fabaceae family. So it has sepals. How many sepals it has means 5 sepals it has, and these sepals are united in nature. So officially what we call this united means gamosepalous. And it is also showing one type of estivation. So which estivation these families represent? Sepals means they represent the imbricate estivation. Imbricate means the margins of the petal overlap to each other, but in different direction. So we cannot say in which direction they are present. In different direction they can be present. That is imbricate estivation. Next, calyx of Solanaceae family. Solanaceae family calyx having the sepals. 5 sepals. How many means? 5. Here also we can see the united sepals. That is gamosepalous. And what kind of estivation it shows means valvate estivation. Valvate estivation is observed in the Solanaceae family. So after that, Liliaceae we have. Let's see the calyx of this family. So to be frank, the Liliaceae family calyx and corolla are not differentiated. So we call it as perianth. What we call? Perianth. The perianth of the flower. Here it includes how many perianth means? It includes six perianth includes the two arranged in 3 plus 3. Perianth is 3 plus 3. So now let's see, after discussing the calyx, we will discuss about the corolla. So corolla means petals. In the main sense, they are meant by petals. So corolla, how many corolla we have? Let's see in this family. Corolla, that means petals. How many petals we have in the Fabaceae family means 5 petals. Petals how many means 5. In that one is a standard petal. So when you take out one from the 5 petals, remaining is 4 petals. In that 2 are lateral petals, and remaining is the 2 petals. So these 2 petals are small keel petals. These 2 are small keel petals. They are placed at anterior of the flower. This one standard petal is placed at the posterior. This one is placed in the posterior side. Posterior side, one standard, anterior side, 2 small keel petals. So this keel petal can keep the andrecium and gynoecium of this family Fabaceae. Next, after Fabaceae, we have the Solanaceae corolla. So how many petals it have means even this family have the 5 petals. Petals how many means 5, and it shows the valvate estivation. Here which estivation it is showing means valvate estivation. That means the tips of the margin touch to each other. Yes. So here we have the perianth. 6 perianth is present, that is arranged in 3 plus 3 pattern. Next, here the petals can also be fused. So we can also say it as a gamopetalous. Next, after calyx, corolla, we will study about the andrecium. We will study about the andrecium, that is stamen. How many stamens this family possesses? So let's see how many stamens this family possesses. Here we can represent. So the andrecium, that is the stamen. Andrecium means stamen. How many stamens are present in the family Fabaceae means there are 10 stamens. How many means 10 stamens. They are arranged in diadelphous condition. They are arranged in diadelphous condition. That is 9 plus 1 arrangement. 9 plus 1 arrangement. Next, after discussing the andrecium, this petals shows they are not attached, right? They are free in nature. Next, andrecium. It is a stamen in Solanaceae family. How many stamens we have means 5 stamens we have. This 5 stamens shows attachment. This 5 stamens shows attachment with petals. So what we call this condition means epipetalous. We call it as epipetalous. Next, when it comes to the Liliaceae family andrecium, when it comes to the Liliaceae family Andrecium, here we have the 6 stamens. Stamens, how many means? 6. They are also arranged in 3 plus 3. 6 stamens that are arranged in 3 plus 3 pattern. So these are showing attachment with the perianth, so we can call it as epiphyllus. Epiphyllus. Right? So this is the condition of Andrecium in the 3 families. After studying the Andrecium, we will study the Gynoecium. So now let's have a look at the Gynoecium of the family Fabaceae, Solanaceae and Liliaceae. So the family Fabaceae have superior ovary. So ovary is superior in nature. Especially the family Fabaceae have the Gynoecium, which is a superior ovary, and it is unilocular. So how many locules it possesses means unilocular. From ovules may range from 1 to many. Ovules may range from 1 to many. Next, ovary is superior. Next, Gynoecium. Gynoecium of Solanaceae. Here we have the superior ovary, and these are tricarpellary. Syncarpus. Tricarpellary syncarpus ovary. Tricarpellary syncarpus ovary. And it has the bicarpellary, no? So Solanaceae family have the bicarpellary syncarpus ovary. Solanaceae family have bicarpellary syncarpus ovary. Placenta show swollen. Next, Liliaceae family is having the superior ovary, and these are tricarpellary syncarpus. 3 locules with many ovules, and it shows axial placentation. So this is about the Gynoecium of 3 families. So after Gynoecium, we will study the fruits and seeds. So what kind of fruit it has means? It has a legume with 1 to many ovules, with 1 to many seeds. 1 to many seeds, and these seeds are non-endospermous. The seeds are non-endospermous. When it comes to the fruit condition of Solanaceae, the fruits are generally capsular berry. The fruits of Solanaceae are capsule or berry. You can find the fruits in the form of berry. Next, Liliaceae family fruits are berry, rarely capsule. These are fruits are very rarely capsule. So seeds in the Solanaceae family, are endospermous. Seeds in the Solanaceae family are endospermous. So seeds in the Liliaceae family are also endospermous. Right. So this is the condition of fruit and seeds in the three family, that is Fabaceae, Solanaceae and Liliaceae. So after discussing the seed, we will study the floral formula. We will study what? Floral formula. So three families floral formula you have to know. Because in examination they ask any question, they will provide the floral formula and ask you to choose the which family it belongs to. So you should be able to choose the correct option. So how you can choose the correct option is when you understand the concept clearly. So let's see the floral formula of Fabaceae. Floral formula. So floral formula of the Fabaceae, these are zygomorphic. First thing what we have to represent means what kind of pattern it is showing, what kind of symmetry it is showing. It is showing a zygomorphic type of symmetry. After zygomorphic we have the sexuality, that is bisexual flower. So after bisexual flower we have the calyx. How many calyx it is having means 5 calyx, and these 5 calyx are united. Next, after calyx we have the corolla. In this one we have the standard, 2 we have the lateral, and remaining 2 are the 2 keel petals which are united. That's why we have put in the bracket. Next, after that we have the andrecium. Andrecium 9 plus 1 arrangement in which 9 are fused to each other. Next, gynoecium is superior and 1 ovary is present. 1 carpel, monocarpellary. That's why we have put 1. Next, Solanaceae family, also known as potato family, right? So let's see the floral formula. These are zygomorphic flower. So the floral formula says that these are zygomorphic flower. So this is represented by plus symbol. Next, these are also bisexual flower. That means both male and female parts are present in this. Next, calyx. How many calyx it is having means 5 calyx, and these 5 are united. Next, how many corolla it is having means it is having 5 corolla and these are united. Next, how many andrecium it is having means 5 andrecium. But interesting thing to note here is corolla and andrecium are united. That is epipetalous condition is seen in the family Solanaceae. Next, after andrecium we have the gynoecium. The gynoecium is the superior, in which it is having the 2 carpels and these are united. Next, final one is the Liliaceae family floral formula. So these are actinomorphic type of flower, bisexual flower, calyx is present. So in this family we don't have calyx and corolla. Perianth is present. So the perianth is 3 plus 3. Okay. Now after perianth we will move on to the andrecium, that is male sex organ, that is 3 plus 3. Next, after andrecium we move on to the gynoecium. So this is a superior gynoecium and it is having the 3 carpels. So these are united. So we put in a bracket, that is 3 tricarpellary gynoecium. So these are the features of families, floral formulas of the 3 families. Now after discussing the floral formula, we will move on to the economic importance of this family. So economic importance means how it is helpful for the humans. In which way these are helpful to man. So the Solanaceae family are, most of them are vegetables, as we have already told. This is also known as potato family. So the Fabaceae family. So many plants included in the Fabaceae family are pulses. Which include gram, arhar, sem, moong, and soya bean. So this family are also helpful for the preparation of edible oil, especially we use groundnut, soya bean for this. And when it comes to the Solanaceae family, I will discuss a few more about the Fabaceae. When it comes to the Solanaceae family, majority of them are used as vegetables. Especially we have the potato, tomato, brinjal. So these three plants are considered as vegetables and they are put in the family Solanaceae. Next, Liliaceae family are good ornamental plants. So the best examples is tulip. After tulip we have the gloriosa. So when it comes to the plants, we prefer plants for medicine preparation. Even Fabaceae family also having some medicinal value. So what are the medicinal plants available in the Fabaceae family if you ask? Mulia is one of the plant medicine. Is one of the medicinal plant which is included under the family Fabaceae. So when it comes to the medicinal plants of Solanaceae, medicinal plant, here we have the belladonna, ashwagandha. These are the good medicinal plants in the family Solanaceae. When it comes to the medicinal plants of Liliaceae, so aloe vera. So aloe is one of the example for medicinal plants which are included in the family Liliaceae. Next, what are the ornamental plants in the Fabaceae? Ornamental plants, we prefer petunia, and so petunia is not the ornamental plant, especially the lupine and the sweet pea are both ornamental plants. So what is the benefit of petunia? What is the benefit of petunia means? There is one use of this. So fodder we have that is the sesbania and trifolium. Solanaceae family we have the fumigator, especially the tobacco plants have the fumigator, and we have discussed about the ornament medicine, and these are also used for the vegetable, especially which vegetable we can obtain in the Liliaceae family means asparagus. Asparagus is one of the family, one of the plant which is included in the Liliaceae. Colchicine autumnale. Colchicine. Colchicine autumnale. Autumnale is one of the asparagus plant. So we can use this as medicine, ornament, fodder, and these are also used for food pulses, we have told already. So we can consider these are the most important features. So we have this much about the family Solanaceae, Liliaceae, Fabaceae. So I hope this video is helpful. Thank you for watching my video.